Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I did go ahead.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, sorry. Hold on a second. I'm in the hospital right now.
Huh?
I'm in the hospital
Why?
waiting room.
Why?
So my grandma, well, back up. My grandpa last week had some issues, so he had to go to the hospital. He has congestive heart failure. And then a couple of days later, my grandma, these are both my mom's parents, had stomach pain. And we brought her to the hospital and they found a mass in her stomach. So we're waiting for it to be biopsied. And today they were going to do it, but then her heart was, I don't know, pumping too much. I don't know. She was having a heart issue. So they couldn't biopsy it. So now they're going to try again tomorrow.
Oh, shit, Steph. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
So
Yeah,
bad.
it's been a really crazy week. And I just, my mom has two sisters, but going back, they're in different hospitals. One's in a heart hospital and the other is not. So it's been crazy. But
Steph,
they have Wi-Fi.
What's going on?
Both
But
my
you're-
grandparents are in the hospital. My mom's parents.
They're in two different hospitals?
Yeah. One is in a heart hospital and one is in a general hospital.
Oh, shit.
Oh my God.
And that's your grandpa who was on the Facebook post with the Halloween candy? Oh.
Yeah, the day after Halloween this happened. Yeah. So it's been really nutty around here.
Steph, I'm going to visit my grandpa too right after this call, actually. He's dying. So I'm right there with you.
Yeah, it's so
I don't know what's going on lately. I feel like there's so many sad things I've been hearing.
yeah, it's been rough. I hope that your family is okay. We think.
Yeah, well, whatever. There's so much drama going on. My aunt's doing all the work. She has 3 brothers and sisters that aren't helping. My grandma. It's a mess, but I'm going to keep you guys in prayer for sure.
Thank you.
Definitely, all of you.
Sorry to start off with such sad news, but I mean, we're okay. I'm very positive. I think that things will be fine, but I'm just I have no babysitters this week. So I've been
Yeah.
really nutty. Anyway, I don't know how long I'm going to stay on, but
Okay.
I wanted to share with you guys. So the thing that we're doing, we're going to have a virtual for dream catchers, and I'm helping Melissa facilitate it. So you guys will have support next week. We're going to have an event. I think we're going to roll it out tomorrow morning, so you'll have all the info to share with your teams. And I don't, Amy, are you on? Yes, you're on. You're muted. So Amy asked me to share what I'm doing at the training tonight with Maisha. And I have a slide deck. I can email you guys the slide deck after.
Sorry. Hi, I'm on.
Yeah, I see you.
And Melissa did get back to me. I put it in the thing about the
Okay,
13th.
Yeah, the 13th, Tuesday. I think at night we're going to do it. I actually have a call with her and Lisa to iron out the details. But
Will it overlap with what you're doing tonight in Long Island?
No. What do you mean?
You're doing training tonight in Long Island.
Yeah, we're doing training tonight, but the event on Tuesday is going to have Katie Wood as one of the presenters.
Okay, bye. Thank you.
And I don't remember, I think I'm presenting. I don't remember who else, but tonight, so basically we're just trying to find ways to bring more added value to the market. We're having a really hard time on Long Island having attendance at anything. And I think that this is a problem all over the place. I mean, at least in the Northeast, but the problem is that we are paying for venues, which there are very few venues that are quote unquote affordable on Long Island. So right now we're going to be out $1,200 if our enrollment is not higher.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever, it's been an issue. So we have been thinking to kind of duplicate what More Tour did and offer training before the presentation and hope that people will come out and buy a ticket whether or not they have a prospect, because I feel like that has been an issue. So Maisha and I are doing how to finish the year strong, and she's basically facilitating the training, and she's going to talk about creating urgency and momentum and why you need to work now, so that way by the time January gets here, you don't have an empty funnel. And I've been telling my team this all October, November, that whatever you're doing now, whoever you're talking to in November and December will be what your funnel is going to look like for January. And if you have no conversations now because it's quote unquote holiday time, then it will take you probably until like the middle of March to start building momentum. Another thing that I learned from Leslie Zan this weekend is the way that Christmas and New Year's fall. I think New Year's Eve is on a Sunday, and that means New Year's Day would be on a Monday.
Yep.
People will take like that entire Christmas week. I think also the kids' vacations are structured like this and be gone for like literally a week and a half. And we lose so much time in December. So Maisha and I talked about this. So she's just facilitating, creating urgency, working now, building the momentum. And then my part of the training is 4 pillars. So hosting events and what that might look like, and giving them like different and unique ideas for them to host in-person events and get multiple on the calendar. And then leaning on the gift sets, which in my opinion, and I could go on and on about this, but I don't think that they're that great.
Me neither. I like the sparkle. I just think what's in it is not that great.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we've seen eye cream and lip serum before, big whoop. But I mean, I think people complained last year that there was no discount and there was only a free gift. But to be honest with you, especially after this year, seeing how many times they did a PC offer, like gift with enrollment, I do think that people will jump when it's a freebie. That's just my personal opinion. But anyway, so we're talking about leaning on the gift set, showcasing the value, highlighting that it's a gift under $100, which could be a great price point for a lot of different people. And it does get free shipping. So that's kind of like a gift from corporate, I guess, is that it's an over an $80 order. And then talking about doing the math for people and like really showing the price difference. So, and then the next thing is all about sampling. Something on my team, because I do have a lot of newbies, the thing that I've been hearing a lot is complaining that there's no access to samples.
Yep.
And this was never a conversation like when we all joined because we didn't have Give It a Glow packs. But I think that they don't understand that they can make their own samples. Like that's not even a conversation anymore. So we're going to talk about creating samples. I mean, even not even for newbies, like for us, unless we have people achieving Spark or hitting Lead the Way, we still don't have access to samples. So
Well, but every Lead the Way has. Every Lead the Way. I was just looking because I got more.
Just the first 3.
Yeah.
But if somebody is not achieving Spark and is not deposited Lead the Way, or if you've already hit like 1 and 2 and you might not get to 3, it's hard to get your hands on the samples. So I was thinking that we could just talk about how you can buy your paste packets in your CRP and do your IRS and your lip serum, and they could buy a holiday bundle, 1 of each, to help facilitate that. So that kind of boosts volume for us as leaders, because hopefully people will purchase the bundles for their samples. And then it also takes care of the question about utilizing CRP. You're muted, Amy. I don't know if you're talking to us or your kids. So that was the next part. And then also having them purchase a gift bundle and using it to do a live unboxing on Facebook, or using it to create their own marketing materials, their own pictures. And then once they've purchased it, using that as an enrollment incentive for somebody that joins their team. So it's like a twofer. And then the last section is PC appreciation. So using gift with purchase throughout November and December, and either mailing a check or just like mailing it to that person to reimburse them for it. Maybe sending out a card, just like a handwritten note if they're new in business and they don't want to spend money. Going on Etsy and looking at some of the assets there. So just ways to drive PC loyalty, and hopefully, oh my God, your dog is so funny right now because it looks like he's on your shoulder. She's on your shoulder. So just those are and Maisha and I we spoke briefly for 10 minutes, but this is the training that we created together. And so she said that she thought that these were all relevant points, but I think creating urgency, because November has always been like a stellar month for me. But right now my volume it's not anything like spectacular. I think that the holiday bundles are not fabulous. And also, if you remember the last 2 years, we've had product launches. So we had like the Bright Eye that was new last year. And then the year before that, we had Lash Boost. So I don't know how November will pan out in comparison, but I just feel like it's just an okay month right now, like maybe a little bit higher. Um, so I don't know if you guys have ideas as to what we can do aside from creating urgency and like I don't want to wait till Black Friday for my volume to be, comfortable. I really do think because of the way that Thanksgiving falls this year, so it's kind of the date is early. So actually after Thanksgiving, I think we have like 6 days. But people like basically take off Thursday through Monday, and then they wake up and they're like in this, Thanksgiving state of mind where it's like holiday time now, and I feel like they don't work. So that's my goal right now is to front load, but I need some ideas as to how to drive some volume outside of events or like what I can do with my team that's maybe a little bit more creative than just saying increase by 200. Here's how you could do it. Sell 2 lash boosts. I don't know if that's like effective right now. I'm done talking.
Steph, is there, thanks, Steph. Is there back to like urgency and for
Thank you, Steph.
thank
You're
you.
welcome. I hope it helps. I'll send you the slide deck. I just, Maisha might add some stuff in, but after we do our training, I will give you feedback. I'll send it on an email, and you guys could have it if you want to replicate on a Zoom with your team.
Also, Steph, do you remember 1 year ago? I think it was you and I did a training for Team A Game all about, do you remember this? How to work Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
And we broke it down for them. What you're talking about sounds very similar. We broke it down for them in terms of what to do. I know where that training is. I'm going to find it.
Yeah, I was looking at my notes actually. I have back to back the Black Friday training, and then also you were going through Elevate at the time, so you also did like a PC loyalty.
Yes. I'm going to go back and look at that.
Allie's not on, is she?
No, I don't know where Allie is.
Allie and I were planning on doing some kind of a team Zoom on Sunday, but now that you say that, Amy, why don't we all collaborate and maybe we can.
I have it. I think I have the Zoom.
Yeah, why don't we go back, whether it's
I'll find
we don't
it.
have to do it Sunday because I feel like there's not enough time now, but why don't we all create some kind of a Black Friday / Cyber Monday blueprint that they can use that. And I, you know what, I feel like right now, we talk a lot about, Amy, about going back to years past. I'm finding that if I go back to 2016 and even last year, I feel like those things are not relevant, especially 2016.
All right, I'm going to watch it. I'll watch it today.
And it's not that we can't lean on that, but like, I think we need to come up with fresh, creative ideas, things that are different. Like even if that's creating images for gift bundles or leaning on Facebook Live and encouraging our teams to do some kind of video, even if it's not recorded. Because I'll tell you, my Radiant Defense video that went crazy. That wasn't a live. I recorded that like in my bedroom with the worst lighting with kids' shows on the TV in the background. And that was like the thing that gained the most traction. So even if people are not comfortable doing live, just getting assets out where people can see the authentic them. Or even like I've been sending voice messages lately, and I've been coaching my team to do that. I know that this is not like new or groundbreaking, but just adding back that human element into prospecting, especially this time of year where people want that connection, I think is maybe we need to just go like different avenues and come up with some creative things. So let's talk with Allie because I know she'll want to do it, and let's find a date. Maybe I'm sure Amanda will have no problem if we do it for all of A Game. Do you
guys remember that daily that Jen Boucher did? I'm obsessed with her. It was called The Art of Close-Up Magic.
No.
It was so good. It was like all about that stuff. Just the personal connection, how powerful it is, and that's why the voice messages are so powerful. But that might be a really good one to like have your team.
Yeah, and I also think, Lisa and I were talking about this yesterday. Why are we having such a problem with attendance? Why are we seeing such a decrease in the amount of leaders that are developing, right? And I really think it's because we are relying way too much.
Why don't you guys go and come back and pick me up?
And we need to create some like element of interaction. And I think it's sometimes steps, right? Like we hear Bob Heilig, he's like, oh, we should all be doing Facebook Live. That's fine, but how many people are actually going to jump on Facebook Live if they're new? Very few. So maybe if we can coach them to take these baby steps, maybe it is doing a recorded video and taking 10 takes to get it comfortable to the point where you'll post it, or doing the voice to voice Facebook Messenger before you can get on a call. Like taking these little steps to get comfortable. And I think that's how we will develop some leaders, because I'm desperate to bring people on my team into the forefront and take over some of this leadership so that A, I could have more time to focus on my personal business, but B, also to get people to feel empowered. And I think that that is what we need right now to rebuild this business, because everybody is hurting. Like Lisa literally said, I don't know people who are growing right now, and we need to figure out a way to inject human interaction. Like, I don't know if you guys watched who did I watch the other day? Jamie Peterson. Her language on her daily was like, this company needs action. Did you guys catch that? She was like, this company needs action. It was like a call for all of us to step up, because I know that the problems that we're experiencing are company wide. And so we gotta put back what the magic was when we started, because it was fun back then. And I don't think it's fun right now for me, because I am not moving at the rate that I want to move at in terms of developing these massive recruiters. So I feel like if we start to empower people and make them feel like they are in a position where they can truly share in their authentic self, whether that's through a video, I don't care if it's recorded, or a voice message, and stop hiding behind like this phony baloney language, I feel like that would help a lot.
I feel like, Steph, what you're saying has been in my head. Like, I've been wanting to do a training for my team so much recently. I just haven't had the brain space to do it. Basically, like, I just feel like, I talk to leaders who have been in the business for like 7, 8, 9 years, who are local to me, who say like, we didn't have all this stuff, like we didn't have the daily, we didn't have, we didn't have any of that stuff. We just had to figure it out. And I feel like in some ways we have created our own monster by like having teammates feel like they need so much in order to be successful, when like you really don't. Like, you just need to like do the work that everyone does. You've got to do your reach outs, you've got to do your inviting. Corey, hold on. Yes, honey, sorry, we're watching cartoons. And there you go. I just feel like it almost has created this excuse for people that they feel paralyzed, not because they don't know what to do, but because they know too much what to do. And if we told them to like pretend like you didn't have any of this stuff, take a break from daily for a week, take a break from reading for a week, like just do the work and don't worry about anything else. I kind of feel like that's where people need to get back to. They're too dependent on learning to do the business instead of just doing the fucking business.
Well, I was watching Lauren Tenney last night when I was driving to a launch, and she was saying the same thing as you're saying, Steph. Like, and Riley, I totally agree. She was saying like, quick and dirty message, leave it, voice memo. And I definitely, have people saying there's just too much training. So it's a blessing and a curse. And it's really like, I don't know about you, Steph, but, or anybody I have these 2 new people, and it's like, do I add them to the daily? Do I add them to this? Like, I see a great thing here and a great thing there. And I'm hoping that with the new virtual onboarding, it's going to make it more streamlined, but there's just so much that, it's hard, I think, to focus people and show them what to do. When you were saying about the virtual for the 13th, is there a hook to it? Like, is there something, I don't know, different about it? Or what is the hook for the virtual on the 13th?
So the theme is gratitude, which I think ties in nicely with Thanksgiving. That was actually Katie Wood's idea. It's basic. Like, anybody that presents is going to start out with why they're grateful for their business. One person's going to talk about community, one person's going to talk about business, I'm going to talk about products, and then I forgot what the other thing is. It's very basic, but I guess I can't share, but you'll see on Tuesday. It has nothing to do with Dreamcatchers. It has corporate thing.
It has something to do with corporate, did you say?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
I'm not supposed to share.
But it's Tuesday.
Yeah, it's Tuesday night, the actual virtual. But the reason why we're doing it Tuesday night is because it will tie into something else.
Aha.
Don't say anything. I don't know what it is. I actually really don't know what's coming.
We're not asking. I'm not asking.
I really I'm like, oh, you know what is coming on the 13th that I should tell you guys? I'm gonna be on the daily.
What?
What?
Yay!
That's awesome.
Congratulations. What time?
Amazing.
I don't know yet what time. I have to get a babysitter, probably in the morning. And my topic is the products, like a little bit of like we all know that this regimen does this, but did you know? So like a little bit of advanced product training, and also how to excite your network about the product.
On Tuesday stuff?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm gonna post. Thank you. I'm gonna post like a picture of myself with the products in the daily the night before with the time that I'm gonna go live, so you guys will see it.
Okay, cool.
I keep meaning to sign up to do the daily. I reached out to them a long time ago and I haven't done it, so maybe you'll inspire me. That's awesome.
I mean, it doesn't make me nervous to train in front of a lot of people because I had done other training groups before, but I'm nervous to be compliant. Like, I want to make sure that everything I say is compliant,
Mm-hmm.
you know? So I've been like combing through corporate material, so we'll see.
It's awesome.
But anyway, yeah,
Good
watch
luck. That's amazing.
me. Hey,
You'll do great.
yeah, I'm
Totally.
excited.
No doubt.
What was I gonna say?
Oh, Steph, I was going to add something for when you do your holiday stuff with Maisha for that training. One thing that I did last year, I think you probably know because we were talking a lot last year at that time, but I made scratchers, you know.
Oh, yeah, I like that. That's
You
made what?
I made like scratcher cards. I'm not in my normal house, so I don't have them here, but like I basically went on
How did you make those?
Oh my God, it was so easy. I went on Vistaprint. I like picked a postcard template and I like put 4 circles on it with 4 different like giveaway items. And it was like a thank you card. It was like a gratitude card for all of my PCs. They all had the exact same thing. And it was like consultant pricing on your next order, your choice of essentials item, either like a peptide powder or something else, or like another $20 off. It was like really, sorry, I'm fast forwarding again. It was like a really simple design. And then I ordered the scratcher stickers off of Amazon. It probably cost me $20 to put the whole thing together. Obviously I paid a lot more because for some reason almost everyone scratched the same little circle, which was consultant pricing, which really sucked. I was like, don't ever, if you do 4 circles, don't put the best one, the third from the left. I don't know why, but that's the one everybody scratches.
That's so funny. That's really good.
Weird psychological, like
people did
for
it.
sure, sociological. So I just throw that out there that worked really well for me last year. And my January and February were, Corey, I'm talking. My January and February were really good because so many people had that.
That's
and
really
I sent it out
like
with my normal family holiday card.
Yeah.
It was like my family holiday card with a little.
So last year I listened to Romy's call about like holiday stuff, and she suggested to send out your normal family holiday card. So I'm actually ordering double this year, and I'm going to send that. But last year I sent a gift to like, I have maybe 175 PCs at the time, and I sent about 75 people something, and it was different things. Like my great PCs got hydration serum, all the way down to just like a card of thanks with 10% off their next order. And out of 75, I think 10 people like actually messaged me and was like, wow.
I remember that stuff.
That's why I don't send things anymore. I'm like, I'm going to put the ball back in your court because it's not, I just like, it was not, I did that the year before and it was like not worth my time or my money or my like standing in line at the post office to do it.
I'm just going to do for my really, because I have like 5 or 6 PCs that spend a ton of money with me. So I have been collecting Body Replenish like over the last 4 months. And I'm going to put that in a box with silver tissue, and I'll either drop it off if they're local or mail it. But that's it. I'm only sending a card for other people. Maybe I'll do the scratch off. I feel like that's a great idea.
Scratch off is a great idea.
Yeah,
I love it. Did you put an expiration date on it, Riley? Like, how did you?
I think I did. I'm pretty sure I put an expiration date. I also put that it could only be used through me. Like you couldn't go like bait and switch on me. It was to my PCs, but like it was, I'll go back and find, if I can't find a hard copy, I'll go find the design and I can send it on the chain.
That would be awesome.
But I think that it was like a first quarter thing. So I think people had to use it within those. That's why my org volume last February was like by far the highest it's ever been. Like I was so close to the Lexus list in February because it was just so high because everybody was taking advantage of it. And a lot of those people tried things that they wouldn't normally try because they were getting a big discount. I will say other people stocked up and it kind of screwed me because then they didn't buy from me for like months, but it was still worth it then, you know?
I'm wondering.
Oh, God.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, when you talk about your family holiday card, and ordering double, you just send that to your regular PCs with the scratch off card in it.
Yep. And I tried for my really good PCs, I hand wrote a note on them for people that I was like, whatever. I ran out of, I mean, let's be real. I sent out holiday cards like in the second week of January because I can't get my shit together. But you know,
We didn't do one last year.
I do a New Year's card because then it gives me more leeway. But yeah, I hand wrote on some of them, but a lot of them I just like shoved them in, and a lot of my PCs already would have gotten my holiday cards. So it wasn't like weird, but I got great feedback. Like so many people were like, oh my God, this is so cute. This is so fun. This is such a great idea. Like I totally want to buy something. Like, I'm going to do it again. It was totally worth it.
I would love to see that if you don't mind.
I'll find it.
Really.
I'll find it on the sticker later. Wait, I have another question for you guys though, because I really liked Amy's question earlier on the thread about like what incentives and what like activities are you doing on your team that's currently motivating people?
Yeah,
because like I love seeing all of everybody's team pages, and I sometimes feel like, man, I do not do enough to incentivize my team, but I'm curious to know like what's making people run, what's working, is anything working? Like are people into your content? I wish Allie was on the board because she had that, like she did her 100 squares last month and it's really successful.
That was really successful for her. I have two ideas. One that I personally did, and then something else that I went back and looked at my notes from like trainings this time last year. So the first thing that I've done in the past that has been very successful is a 200, 250, or 300 PSQB increase in 3-day periods. So I used to do it over a weekend, Friday through Sunday, because people didn't work. But I realized that some people did it, but it wasn't a lot of engagement because people don't work on the weekends, in my team at least. So then the last time I did a 300 PSQB increase, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and the reward was that blanket scarf that I got on Amazon. And every time that I've done this, people do run for it because it's an automatic prize. If anybody on my team, it doesn't matter what generation they're in, because at this point I get paid on everybody, if they got a 300 PSQB increase, I sent them this scarf. And in the past I had done samples, anything basically that is $10 or $15 value, or we'll go above 15. And in my head I try to figure it out, like how many people I need to do it. So if I want a $1,000 increase and I set the benchmark at 200, I need 5 people to participate, and that's pretty good. So I don't know what everybody's volume goal here is, but my goal is to increase 1,500 a day, which happens sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. But if I want to look to 1,000, I think that that's sometimes a good thing to do, and it doesn't cost a lot of money, and at least it will get people in action on a couple of days that you know is not so great. The other thing I found from a Sarah LeBlanc training, she suggested to do a new PC enrollment day. And she did, I'm not sure what size team this would be appropriate for, maybe more for like Amy, your team, or Allie's team, but she suggested 25 new preferred customers in one day. And if they hit 25 customers, she raffled off $100 to somebody that won. Or you could take $100 and do 2 winners for 25 PCs. But I was thinking to do, I have no problem to put out $100 if my team added at least 15 new preferred customers in one day. I mean, 15 that might not seem like a lot, but for my team, I think that's a pretty good benchmark. And if they're all brand new business, I'm okay with putting out $100 for 15 brand new faces. because that will lead into new product that comes out. I think everybody knows we're getting new product beginning of the year, right? That's not secret. So if I'm getting
Q1.
yes, first quarter. So if I'm getting
And it's supposed to be a game changer.
blockbuster, yeah, that's what we're hearing.
That's what they say.
In my head, I'm like, all right, I'll put out $100 if to do a PC rally, 15 PCs, 20 PCs in one day. That I could do that. So I think I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do that maybe on a Friday. I was thinking to do it tomorrow, because it's like a payday. Tomorrow's Friday, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So that was another idea that I had. But in terms of incentivizing, I mean, I don't know what gets people to work. It's just them.
I've stopped personally. I know that's not what you guys want to hear. I've actually put a hold on it. I did like a 600, like I do a 600 by the 6th, and I like to raffle off like books. Like I like to raffle off like the Slight Edge or like, you know, books for them to read. But honestly, I feel like I've given up. I feel like I'm focusing more on myself. Like, I don't know, incentive. Like, yeah, if I could raffle off a $200 gift card, they'd run for it. But they're not running for, what are they running for? Like, what will they run for?
I don't think anything makes people run. So now my philosophy is honestly, if I'm going to offer an incentive or if I'm going to offer something to my team, it's going to be like product based. So I just did, the person that sold the most gift bundles will get a free regimen from me. I have it from the anniversary kit, but if I'm going to pay for something, I'm going to do that product in a ghost account and it's going to go back to my org at this point because they don't run for, I mean, it doesn't excite them. $25 Amazon gift card, like even that Louis Vuitton thing and Made for More. I mean, like, yeah, I could use $200. I don't care about the Louis Vuitton, but I could make $200 by selling 4 regimens. Right. So I feel like money doesn't motivate people and small price.
I personally feel like it's the recognition. Like I feel like when I run something, and I don't run a lot, like I'm with you, Alyssa, like I really have stopped doing the, you know, excessive run for this by the 6, run for this by, like I just, and I also, what I've been doing is and I think like very smartly, I've been piggybacking on Made for More and Dreamcatchers and like, hey, enter this. And then I'll shout them out if they entered that contest. And so, because I personally can't spend the money right now because my work volume is, you know, not where it needs to be. So basically, like what I've done is, what happened, Noodle? What I did is I piggybacked on other stuff and then I shout them out. And I feel like the shout out is what is like they're looking for. So that's just my own personal.
I mean, I did a 600 by the 6 and just like this really cute, like beaded change purse from this company that my friend has. It's like stuff made by Latin American women. And I thought it was so pretty and so cool. And 2 people were at 600 by the 6. So my wheel had 2, I mean, so, you know, it's hard to know, but Steph, back to like the blanket scarf, which I love that idea, but did you then raffle it or everybody who got the increase got one?
Everybody that gets the increase got one. So the first couple of times that I've done this, I mean, obviously my organization has a lot of new people in it. And I feel like for me, I can do things that seem new to people because they haven't seen it before. So I think that the old people that have seen the increase, the 200 increase, like don't run for it anymore. But all the people that did it were new. And I think I spent $60, but I feel like it was good for me because I needed that extra volume. I wanted to front load the month. So, I mean, it doesn't have, it could be, did you get Give It a Glows for enrolling somebody? You could do 5 Give It a Glows to each person. You could do training call or like a power shot if they're not, or you could ask like Amy, I'm sure, to do power shot or like a group coaching call. If they do it, everybody earns it. I just feel like they like it when they definitely will earn something. Like the thing I didn't like with Made for More is that it was highest points.
Yeah.
Like even for me, like I could go gangbusters, but I'm like, probably somebody else is gonna have higher than me. Mm-hmm. And if I feel that way, my team's probably gonna be like,
right.
But that was only for the last contest. The other one was anyone who sold the regimen.
Yeah.
Yes, I won that. That was like that was awesome. I love that so much.
That was a good one, yeah.
But I like it when it's like a random winner, 2 winners, one random out of anybody, maybe a lesser prize, but you still win something, and then maybe the most. But like I did most gift sets sold, and the girl that won had 5, and I feel like once people saw that she was like so far in the lead, they didn't even try anymore because they thought that they weren't going to win.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I did
don't think they
like
ever
set sold.
practiced.
What, Riley?
I said I did the gift set sold, and like we didn't even sell the minimum that I told people we had to sell. It was like
I
a
sold
joke.
15. I think we sold exactly 15 because I sold 4 of them. What a joke. They don't care about that. It hasn't been an
Wait,
asset to our business.
Does anybody else see that there's only 4 minutes remaining on this?
Yes, I just saw that.
Okay.
Yeah, because my Zoom is only is a cheap Zoom.
Okay,
So
I pay. We can upgrade next time to
oh yeah, okay, Steph. But
40.
but Steph, you're gonna send us the stuff to wrap up the training that you did.
Yeah.
And we can use the thread. What else?
We're going to talk about the Black Friday and Cyber Monday.
Yes, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna share. I'm gonna find that. I'm not gonna do it till tonight because right now I'm going out. But I'm gonna do that. Find that and share that. And we're gonna talk about like what to do just to spice it up. November. But Steph, you're right. The other Novembers, because when you and I are talking about months, the other Novembers have been new product launches. That's why we were looking at the numbers. The volume was so high.
Yeah, I think we need to put it in perspective.
Yeah, which I think is true. We need to put it in perspective, but I also really agree that we need to front load the hell out of it because without a new product launch, and with sets that are like subpar, the only way we're going to have a good month is if there's like a lot of action and activity now. As the month goes on, people just flake.
So
and it is true. It is early Thanksgiving.
Yes. So why don't we all go back and look at like what we were doing last November. Let's try to find some notes from old trainings, like how I found that Sarah LeBlanc thing, and let's just inundate our thread with different ideas that we can use to upload, whether that's language, items. If I'm sending messages and I get a response, I'm literally screenshotting anything that gets me business or moves people in my funnel, and I'm going to put it in my team group. I'm going to give constant suggestions for language and spoon feed them. That way they could always be in action.
There you go, sweetie.
That's a good idea too.
Spoon feeding is good.
So why don't we do that?
You said that Tuesday's virtual is they're rolling it out tomorrow.
No, Melissa said Sunday night.
Oh, yes, you're right, Amy. You're right.
Melissa said out on Sunday, then it's happening on Tuesday.
Yes.
That's what I think. Isn't that what her thing said?
You're right, because she doesn't want people to hold people. So it's better for us. Let your people enroll, whoever they have to enroll now, and then we'll announce it Sunday night.
Right. That's what she said.
Yeah, you're right, Amy.
All right, and then let's try to get some stuff on the calendar. Like if we're gonna do like a wider team training or power hour related to Black Friday brainstorming or whatever, like let's get on the calendar because we know that this month is gonna be blocked.
Amy, why don't we talk to Amanda and we'll tell her our idea, and then we can start. Let's look at the thing that we did last month, and we can send you guys an outline. I'm happy to replicate it from last year, and everybody can tap into it and invite your team to look.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
All right. Good luck with your grandparents.
Thank you, guys. Alyssa, I'm thinking of you. I hope everything.
Thinking about you guys.
Ditto.
Okay.
Ditto, staff. Thank you, guys.
All right. Bye, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.